Inebriated Insights with Mark Haan.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to Inebriated Insights. I'm your host, Mark Haan. Joining me, Dave Stratton, Frank Castillo, and Christine Tarbet. Guys, how is your election anxiety?
Through the roof.
I'm maintaining with a little help from my friend, Rose. Rose.
I am going to be super bummed if we don't win the Senate.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Senate.
Like, if Biden wins and we don't win the Senate, then it's like, yeah!
we
Nothing good can pass.
They won't do
years.
anything. Like, that's the whole fucking debate when Trump was like, oh, you didn't get anything done when you were president because they didn't have the House or the Senate. There was just them, and like fucking Mitch McConnell was constantly bitching at him.
One thing I want to retire after this election season for anyone is the argument of like, you've been in government this long and not everything is perfect, so you fucking suck.
Yeah, it's like you've been in government for 30 years. How come you didn't do that? It's like you can't do... You can't pass laws if you're just one person. You can't make executive orders, you know? That's not how it fucking works, man. I don't know.
You can do EOs, but they're overturned a lot and they don't have the same binding power, but we're getting granular now. What is our drinking word tonight, Dave?
We got election, since it's our election special. And
election.
We're going to be drinking. So anytime we say election, we're going to be drinking. And hold on, I got to cue up the music, so... Mark, you haven't introduced everybody yet. If you don't mind introducing them, I'll go ahead and cue up that music that we got.
I went through it, but we can do it again.
Yeah, he did.
You did? Oh, man, it looks like that's how crazy I am. But
returning champion, coming back to the show for the first time, Christine Tarbet.
Remember the 90s?
Yes.
The 90s were great. They were a time of wealth and prosperity.
And for me, high school. So that was also nice.
As was I.
I was 10.
You know what, Frank?
I didn't know you were that
young.
You're that young?
I was also 10.
I was born in 89.
I was almost, well, it depends on which year of the 90s you're talking about for me. So, loophole. Of course, I wasn't 10 then either. But still, it was close.
All right, guys, I think we're ready to rock and roll. So it's our we got our drinking word is always election. There you go. But
also,
we're gonna drink away right now. Here we go.
Frank Castillo and Dave Stratton.
Are you not drinking?
That is like so interesting because his whole body turns into like a white cloud, and it's just I'm actually quite enjoying it. It's like,
you know, Inebriated Insights, tune in for the politics, stay for Frank getting high as fuck.
That's right. God.
It's the Halloween special where he turns into a ghost.
Yeah, it doesn't even feel like Halloween right now. It's just like I thought.
Oh, I'm scared though.
I am scared. This is we're living through a horror movie right now. That's how fucked up it is. But yeah,
we live in deeply stupid and scary times. But we're gonna get in the first topic. I gotta be honest, guys. I thought this week was gonna be crazier. I assumed Bill Barr was going to announce a sham investigation against Joe Biden and Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton and John Kerry and Michael Dukakis and every Democratic nominee ever. I assumed that he was going to force the FDA to approve a vaccine. That didn't happen. His big play was Hunter Biden, which he didn't even bother to memorize enough to be able to articulate it in the debate, and which is so ridiculous. The Wall Street Journal and Fox News, at least the news side of Fox News, have both said it's untrue. But Dave, are you surprised the only October surprise was Trump getting COVID?
I mean, I am surprised. I thought he would go off on this huge just rampage of just falsities. But it's what's going on. I feel like he's not doing this is because he's fucking just lost it. Like I have a stepfather who has he's about 3/4 of the way stages of Alzheimer's. He's pretty bad now, but in the first stage, it's just like he would just talk about stuff that just doesn't make any sense. Like Trump is not set in reality right now. He is believing just the weirdest conspiracies and just thinking that it's truth. I was watching the 60 Minutes interview with him, and he was just like dumbfounded that why wouldn't you talk to Joe Biden, or why wouldn't anybody talk to Joe Biden about the Hunter Biden scandal that's going on? Like, because it's not real. And like, if anybody says that, he's like, oh, you and your Russians, you're meddling in the election stuff. That's not true. And how could you believe that? That's crazy. But here's the thing is that news sources can't just play, like, just, they can't report unfounded facts. Like the person on 60 Minutes, what's her name again?
Leslie Stahl.
Yeah, Stahl. She was like, it's like, we can't report that because it's unfounded. There's no facts. Like, oh, look, there's lots of facts. And she was literally saying stuff that he, like, was quoting. And he's like, I never said that. I didn't say that at all. You're blowing this out of proportion. I didn't say anything like that. And so he can't even grasp the shit that actually happened. And it's just mind-blowing. It's hard to watch.
But do you think that's a function of like cognitive decline or his complete and total narcissistic personality disorder? Because, you know, narcissists will believe what they're saying when they're saying it and deny that they said things. And
I completely agree. It's a little bit of both, but at the same time, it's like, I mean, I haven't studied footage, but I feel like he's way worse than he was back in 2016. Like, it looks, at least you could somewhat follow him, but now it's just like I can't even understand what the fuck he's talking about. It's so off the wall. It's very incoherent.
It's crazy. It's really insane to watch because, you know, they were talking about how Russia is trying to influence the election again with disinformation. And I think last election we could pretty much clearly see the disinformation that was being peddled to us a little bit more than what it is this time, because I feel like the left and the right have really made it pretty good on believing which side is providing the disinformation. You know what I mean? Like, there's certain things I read where I'm like, oh shit, this is making me look double time, like make me look twice or make me reread things. And there's certainly times where I'm just looking at everything like, I really don't fucking know. And it's like, oh, this is what they were talking about. This is the disinformation working.
Well, if like you read, I looked over the Biden report of the shit that happened. And it's just like, it's complete, like, yes, there's some things that happen, but if you're just like,
it's too convoluted.
Yeah,
it's not as elegant as her emails.
Oh, yeah.
And that's why it's not catching on, because nobody understands. They're like, and then this company and this, and everyone's like, you know what? Can we just talk about Hillary's emails again? Will that help? Yeah. It's too complicated. No one's grabbing onto it. And this is a man who's desperate at this point. And he's going to turn on every single one of us when he doesn't get elected, because he's not getting elected this time. And he's going to turn on his supporters. He's going to turn on all of us, just like the raging, crazy narcissist that he is.
Yeah. If he loses, do you guys think he leaves?
Well,
not willingly.
No, he's not.
I think so.
He's not going to easily.
You think he's just going to like be like, okay, and leave?
No, I mean like leaves the country. Like
yes.
Yes. I could see that because the AG of New York is just waiting to prosecute him for those hush money payments.
Well, I think the FBI is going to step in and they're just going to be like, you can't leave. Like, I really feel that as soon as inauguration comes by, he's going to get arrested. Like, as soon as Biden puts his hands on that Bible and raises his other hand, it's like fucking FBI swarms in, arrest him. That's
Isn't Biden going to swear on the Satanist Bible?
Oh, yes. Actually,
his hero Anton.
It's actually a children's Bible.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
But it's got pictures and everything of Noah in it. But some talk has been like maybe he's going to just resign and then Pence will go ahead and be put into the
but
presidency.
Pence can't pardon state crimes. If New York State charges him,
Yeah.
he can't pardon him. He can only pardon federal crimes.
Wow, there you go. Yeah, I think.
He's fucked.
Yeah, he's gonna be in an orange jump, and I think his whole fucking family's gonna be in an orange jumpsuit soon. Like,
oh man, I hope so.
yeah, that's.
I think he's going to be in a big bowl of borscht.
Like borscht of like abortion. No.
Like the beet soup
Oh,
from
borscht,
Russia.
got
I'm
it.
sorry.
It's like-
I went to Russia. I got borscht.
I get it. Oh god.
I apologize.
Like, he's gonna be put into a pierogi.
That's Polish.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
I want to come
And
back.
leave the food talk to me, okay?
I want to come back to something that Christine said that I think is important because, like, I read this thing before we came on here that it was like Trump and Erdogan and business dealings, and I just tuned out because I'm like, this is probably true. I believe it, but this is so convoluted and complicated. It would take me like an hour to figure this all out. And so when Hunter Biden, it's like, and he flew to New York and the laptop and $3.5 million to this person in Burisma. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck you're saying.
Well, also, like, it's simple. I mean, they make it way convoluted, but it's just like an unknown person dropped off a damaged laptop, and that's all it is. It's like, oh, maybe if they had footage or if they had some type of evidence of who this person was, like, all right, that's just a fucking Russian agent. Like, that's stupid. I don't know. Like, maybe we're pushing to the side here of conspiracy or denial, but also, like, if this was true, would it really matter? Would any of us be like, all right, well, I'm not voting for Biden because Hunter Biden has dealings with China. Who the fuck cares? All the shit
It's
that
like-
Trump's done in the last 4 years? Really?
Yeah.
Like, give me a
It's
fucking
like
break.
it's like a sequel, but like, you know, it's like Godfather 3, right? So like Hillary's emails was like Godfather 2, and it was really great, and everyone like was like, yeah, blah. And then Godfather 3 is like this Hunter Biden thing, and everyone's like, why did they cast Sofia Coppola? You know?
That's
But
a
they're-
brilliant analogy.
Yeah.
That's brilliant.
They're also like, God, like they chant like, I think Trump is reliving 2016, and he's starting to like, oh,
He
let's
has
lock
been.
her up to Hillary, and also, oh, Hillary's emails. Like, nobody fucking cares about her emails anymore.
It's like Freebird
Yeah.
at a Skinner concert.
Yeah.
I'm just
Playing the hits.
I'm gonna do like similes
Yeah,
the whole
he's
night.
He's
so.
playing the hits.
Play the hits,
Yeah,
man.
he's playing the hits.
Yeah.
Lock her up.
Yeah, it's pretty
Surprised he's
sad.
not making fun of more disabled people. That was a great one for him.
Well,
I mean, Hillary Clinton is just this private citizen that lives in upstate New York at this point.
Mhm.
She has nothing to fucking do with anything. She's never going to run for office again. Leave the poor woman alone.
yeah. Well,
Let her have
also,
her pantsuits.
Yes.
he's also been saying for the last, like, well, in the 2016 election, he was saying that, oh, we're gonna lock her up once I get into the presidency, but he's had 4 years.
Never
Nothing
and it's
on
never
him.
happened.
Her.
Like, another fucking failed promise that he hasn't done. It's just like, I don't understand why fucking Trump-publicans still follow this crazy man, but
Because I've been talking about that, and it is, I have come to the conclusion that he makes them feel like they're special.
yeah.
They're real Americans, and he uses races, whatever they are afraid of or hate, he uses that to make them all feel like they're one special group, and they can't stop following him, because then that means maybe they're not as special as they thought they were. That's my theory.
Well, also, it's like he enables that he allows them to be racist. He allows them to be hateful.
He allows them to be terrible,
He allows
just
them
overall.
to be narcissists. Also, you have the people like I don't understand why women follow him, and I feel
Bro,
it's because
I don't understand women either. Dude.
No, I don't. Yeah, I don't understand women.
Dude,
can't
I don't
do it.
understand women.
No. But I don't I don't understand why they will support him, because, and I feel it's like being in a narcissistic relationship. Like they want him. Like, I don't know much about.
I
Mark
have
knows
a
more
couple
about it.
theories on that too.
Yeah, go
One
for it.
is, of course, racism. The other one is that when you're a part of the oppressed community, okay, so like a woman. So if you start acting and you get in with the oppressors, you get a little bit of status, right? Even if it's not as much as the top echelon. So you get treated better than the other people in your group that are being oppressed. And that actually works for you. You know what I mean? Like you get benefit from that.
Oppression matters.
It does. So
Yeah.
does depression, but we're not going to talk about that right now.
On that note, let's move on to our next subject. Okay, we'll have to play the music.
Here we go.
Well, guys, this week Trump has really been sharpening his closing message. His 60 Minutes interview with Leslie Stahl grew contentious after she committed the cardinal sin of asking if he was okay with tough questions, and ended with Trump storming out after Leslie Stahl asked him if his tweeting and name-calling were turning off voters. After a rally in Omaha, Trump's campaign failed to provide buses for supporters to get back to their cars, causing some to get hypothermia and require medical attention. And in a rally in Arizona, and this was kind of glossed over for whatever reason by the media, Trump claimed against all evidence that masks were totally ineffective in controlling the spread of the virus, and talked about someone trying to eat pasta while wearing a mask. Frank, is there...
Sorry, that is the stupidest.
Or is it just madness at this point, to quote William Shakespeare?
You know what? I hate to agree with Trump here. It is very hard to eat spaghetti with a mask on.
You can put it underneath and slurp it up.
Yeah. Not lying about that. You know what I mean? Like, I do understand that.
Yeah, you know, that's a good point.
Yeah. That, I mean, out of all the takeaway that I've gotten from that, that's the main point. I don't know. I think it's like, you know, there really is there's a base. Listen. With the way technology is and the internet and social media, there's a niche and a group for everybody, you know? Like him saying masks don't work at all. Like, do you know how many people that hear that as a rally cry and they're like, I like this guy. This is my fucking dude. Yeah, he thinks like me. So I think the closer we get to the election, the more you're going to hear those kind of things where he's going to say those kind of dog whistles to try to get those kinds of people to vote for him.
Yeah, because he's just like grasping at strings right now, and he's just.
I mean, he's saying the great hits of the right,
strings,
bro.
Is that
yeah?
straws? Grasping
It's
at straws.
Grasping.
You are a delight. Dave.
I am the
Frank.
king of not saying the right thing right. Yeah.
You know, and you know, there's a lot of people that feel that way about masks. You know, and there's that thought process of like, you know, whether or not you're a sheep if you put one on or not. So it really is, you know, he's definitely getting his kind of audience that he wants.
Do you think, Frank, that that's enough of an audience? Like, is that enough of a group of people that would elect him?
I think, yeah, because I think there's definitely enough people who like, there's people I know who know the precautions and understand like why masks are important, all that jazz. And, you know, are still like, I fucking hate this thing on my face, you know? So I'm sure there's
definitely.
people that are like, feel that way. And they're like, you know what? Yeah, I like the way this guy thinks, you know, like it wouldn't surprise me.
For me, in 2016, part of his appeal had to do with his railing against trade deals. Because a lot of people in the Midwest, that really resonated with them. They were like,
they fucking hate trade deals.
NAFTA really fucked me over. It fucked me over during Clinton, Bush. Things didn't get better under Obama for me. So fuck it. I'm going to vote for a guy who might, quote unquote, shake up Washington. And that didn't fucking happen. It barely got him over the precipice. He's won by a combination of 78,000 votes over 3 states. And it's going to be really hard for him to duplicate that running as an incumbent. What do you think, Christine?
Yeah, I mean, look, at the end of the day, he hasn't done anything that he promised to do, including, you know,
building his awesome wall of 200 feet.
Sure. Basically anything. So if you are a person who is not wrapped up in sort of your identity into being a Trump person, and you actually look at it logically, you can go, wait a minute, I made a huge mistake. And I you know, if you say that, then I go, great. You know, if you're doubling down on your mistake, then I say you're an idiot. You're not going to get anything. If anything, Biden's the one who's going to bring back some of these manufacturing jobs with manufacturing things like solar panels and stuff. And so it's just like he during the debate, I loved how he like freaked out because Biden said we're going to move away from oil, and he's like, "Ooh, Pennsylvania."
Yeah, watch out, Texas is coming for your jobs.
How does he do that with his mouth?
Well, his mouth is actually an anus, and so it's easy for him.
It is a butthole.
Is it a butthole? It is a
ding ding ding
anus.
You guys notice that he goes like Peter Griffin on some of his words? Like I noticed that in the NBA town hall, he was talking about his test, and he was like, "Yeah, I tested negative, and then on the one day I tested positive." And I'm like,
yeah, you're right.
Suddenly it's like this.
He's like,
he's so weird.
Wheat fins. I'm gonna need some wheat fins.
He's just very he's at the end of like for me, I don't even understand how people like him because he's just weird and not in a good way. He's odd, he's off-putting,
and creepy, man.
He's creepy. He gives me the creeps. You know, he's always coughing. No, it's but like he's just so creepy and gross. He's gross.
He's a gross man.
It's gross. I could see like people like being in love with JFK because he was like young and you know he had a lot of teeth.
Oh, there's so many women on the right that just want to lift up his fat gut and fucking just go to town.
Go to town underneath that fupa.
That fucking sweaty fucking pouch.
Oh. Him and Giuliani. Did you guys watch Borat?
Oh God,
yeah. It was great.
It's so good.
Oh, he's just tucking in his shirt. He was just tucking in his shirt. That's it.
I got in trouble for referencing that at work.
What?
What'd you do?
I didn't use any lewd language. I just described what happened, and I was probably rightly reprimanded for that.
Exactly.
Where were you describing this at?
Kindergarten teacher.
At my job. I had just clocked out.
What do you do?
I won't say the name of my employer.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to get in more trouble.
Yeah. Do you have like a real corporate job?
I mean, I work for a corporation.
Oh,
I
shit.
work for a corporation.
You can't say what you do?
I'm not gonna get it.
All right.
Yeah.
he's like, I put kids in ice cages.
You built the cages, Joe. You built them. Who built them? Anyways, what happened there, Mark? What did you do?
I just said, I mean, like, I actually agree with them that I should have described that at work. In my mind, I'm just describing what happened. But I was just like, yeah, you're right, my bad. I shouldn't reference anything Rudy Giuliani does at work because he's that disgusting.
Yeah, it's sad that's what we're
did
coming
the person
to here.
the person you said it to, did they laugh?
Yes.
Oh. So who ratted?
Karen from marketing.
Like, just
someone overhearing it.
Just a person who wasn't my boss, but who was in training to be my boss.
Oh, what a fucking
no!
That's like the worst type of employee there. So.
Oh no! That's gonna be a fun ride.
She was very gracious, and she's never mentioned it again. So
yes.
I would have been. I'd have been like, hey, remember that time we all realized at the same moment we'd never invite you out for a beer after work?
So what are we talking about here again?
We were talking about Trump's closing message. That was the beginning of this.
Oh.
Yeah.
Got it.
He meandered.
Yeah.
It took a turn.
I was so pissed off. Like, I just couldn't... he wasn't answering the question on anything. And so it was just like, what would you say to Americans who didn't vote for you when on Inauguration Day? And he was just like, I'm the best person ever. It was just like everything he says is fucking narcissistic. It's like, I'm great. I've done this and I've done that and I'm the best.
I'm the least racist.
Yeah, I'm the least racist. Yeah. No one's going to handle COVID like I did. We're rounding the corner. Everyone's back to work. Our economy's amazing. And it's just like, that's not what you say to somebody who just got pissed off that you're winning here. It's like, and Joe Biden's was like, super like on point, just here, like, I don't know. He was.
I just want a normal person.
Exactly.
And
that's
like
all we want.
I'm so excited because I realized that once he's no longer president, I never have to pay attention to him again, and that is like such a freeing feeling.
Oh, that's what you think.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be.
No, I'm not. I blocked him. I've blocked him on Twitter.
You don't think he's gonna have a Hulu show?
Oh, I won't watch the. No. I meant I don't have to pay attention. I'm sure other people will pay attention.
Yeah.
But I don't have to. You know, like I feel obligated to know like what he's doing.
Yeah.
But I won't have to after this.
Okay.
I just want him to be in jail, and I want them to put a TV outside of his cell, and I want it to have it play like CNN 24/7, and just have like a Twitter stream on the bottom of just all negative Trump comments. That's just my dream. I don't know. I don't think that'll happen, but.
All right. Well, on that note, let's move on to the next.
Dave, you're boring. We're gonna move on.
All right.
Oh God.
On Monday, Amy Coney Barrett was confirmed in a 52-48 vote in the Senate to become the third Trump judicial nominee to join the Supreme Court. So a big fucking thank you to every progressive who said Hillary and Trump were the same, because the Supreme Court will be right-wing until you die. I also just want to note this, just a historical footnote. Barrett is the first person where no one from the opposition party voted for her. Probably because she didn't know voter intimidation was a crime. But I digress. Roberts Court was already considered the most conservative Supreme Court in decades, but Barrett's confirmation, means that perhaps our current court is the most far right in over a century. The High Court is set to hear California versus Texas on November 10th, which challenges the constitutionality of the ACA, and they're almost certain to repeal the entire law, resulting in 23 million Americans instantly losing their health insurance. Joe Biden thus far has been vague about his plans for judicial reform. He finally said in his 60 Minutes interview that he would create a bipartisan group of constitutional scholars to bring him recommendations after 180 days. And I wanted to go to Christine on this one because she's our resident Joe Biden super fan. We've seen Biden move to the left on some issues after the primary. Climate, public option got a little bit stronger after the primaries. Do you think that watching the signature achievement of the Obama era being struck down could potentially get Biden to be like, you know what, I have to add seats to the Supreme Court. It's the only way.
I think if he doesn't add seats to the Supreme Court, he is going to have some very angry voters. I think most Democrats at this point want a little bit of equity and payback and all of those things. And yes, it was so hard to get that law passed, and they got it passed. And I remember I was literally teared up when it passed, because I had so much trouble before I got married and got on my husband's insurance, actually getting insurance. And I've never had anything major. It was like each health insurance company was like, look back at the 10 years prior. Then if you had one denied me because I had a car accident, and not even a major car accident. One had denied me because I had a current prescription. And the only thing I could get were the expensive plans where you had the astronomical and coverage, and I could only get it for a year. So I got that a year before I got married to the love of my life.
Oh.
And
hear that, Joe?
Yeah, so it was these pre-existing conditions, and I didn't even have that many pre-existing conditions. I didn't have cancer or anything major.
Your pre-existing condition is that you're
being a human being.
A human being.
Yeah. And so when that happened, yeah, you okay there?
I'm okay. I'm sorry.
So I was so excited, and now I don't have to pay for birth control, which is great because babies and me.
You're a sinner.
I am married, so technically
never mind.
probably not. But but I don't have to pay for that. But if this law gets repealed, there's no reason that they can't, make me pay. Focus during his 4 years was just to undo everything Obama did because Obama's Black. And so I think now everyone is just very angry, especially about this Amy Coney Barrett.
ACB.
No,
you don't want to do
AOC
AC.
is the only one. No, because AOC is the only one who gets that honor.
That's all right.
That initialism. And so, like, you totally threw me off.
Sorry.
God,
Sorry.
damn you.
Amy
But
Coney
I guess
Barrett.
my point is that people. Well, she was she wasn't even qualified, and that's the problem. She was not qualified. It's not. I mean, to a point, her views are extreme, but she's also not qualified. And so I think I know that my vote 4 years later, if we do not pack the court after this, I will be voting for somebody else. And I have a feeling a lot of people will go along with me because I'm a leader.
Well, here's the thing: is that he is actually like what he's proposing is everything's on the table. So it's more about, and I like what he proposed is that that they can this group of people that he's going to put together just will have a whole entire like Supreme Court reform. So it's not just putting more people on the court. It might be limiting their terms. Like maybe they're not on there for life. Maybe it's limiting, like you could be voted off or something like that if you feel that that someone's unqualified. Any reason.
Oh man, if that was a reality TV show, everyone would watch.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But
Clarence.
I feel like he has a good idea, and it was strictly like something right in the middle to like appeal to both like extreme like liberals and also like conservatives who want to go and vote for Biden. Like he didn't want to like toss either one of these groups out by saying that yes, I'm going to pack the court, or no, I'm going to pack the court, because if he says no, and then all these people who want Bernie and who want to pack the court, they would be all gone. And if he said yes, and they're like, well, we're never going to, like, conservative voice is never going to be on the court again.
Well, and he shouldn't be, he shouldn't be locked into something right now either. Yeah. That's stupid. I wouldn't do that, but right before the election.
Oh, there it is.
I only have water left.
But the, Trump does not have a plan to replace the Affordable Care Act, and it's hilarious because he's like, oh, we got a plan. We're going to go ahead and put it in once Obamacare gets repealed. That 60-minute interview where, what the fuck's her name, McConaughey or whatever, his press secretary came in.
McConaughey?
Yes, Matthew McConaughey came in, and he was like, all right. And then
Don't besmirch my Maddie.
But, so she was trying to play a joke and or I don't know if it was a joke or if she was serious, but she gave like, serious. Here is Trump's, here's his plan wiener. For Medicare. Yeah, here is Trump's wiener in this book. You just open it up and there's a wiener. It's like that thing. But anyways, so she gave this book over, and then 60 Minutes was like, there was nothing in there. It was just a bunch of like executive orders. It was a bunch of bullshit, and that just made me laugh so hard. I think 60 Minutes is a very boring show, but that was the funniest part I've ever saw.
My journalism teacher made us watch it every week because we got quizzed on it.
Wow.
I'm still bitter.
Very boring. It's one of the most boring news shows ever. But anyways,
I don't want to pack the courts. This is what I would do if I were him. I would say there are 10-year term limits for every Supreme Court justice, and this is retroactive immediately. So Clarence Thomas, Sam Boyd, John Roberts, pack your bags. You're gone. I'm replacing you. I didn't pack the court. I just changed the rules.
Wow.
Suck. That's what I want.
That's not bad either.
I think it's everybody in a pit, greased up,
mm-hmm.
2 axes in the middle. Whoever survives gets to stay.
Yeah, fucking Thunderdome.
Kagan is totally going to win that one. Am I right, guys?
Yeah.
So one judge gets to stay?
Well, whoever lives.
Yeah.
Oh, just anyone who lives.
After like 5 minutes.
It'll be Mel Gibson, because Thunderdome. Anyways, what
God damn it, Dave.
what are the there's really nothing in the Constitution that like defines the Supreme Court. Or am I right or am I wrong? No.
You're right. There's nothing.
I don't know. Turn around and look.
Yeah. Oh, hold on here.
The last person to add justices was Abraham Lincoln. He added 2, I believe, because the U.S. Circuit Courts went from 7 to 9. They are now 13. So it would make sense to add 4.
Yeah.
That's spicy.
I'm all over this one. If he wants to call me up to fix this problem, I'm available.
You should be. I mean, we're comedians. Obama appointed Cal Pinn.
I'm just kidding.
Cal Pinn was like a teen. Like I forgot what his role was. It was like a teen or outreach social media person, but like he was
teen anal, I think.
Teen anal. Is that what you said? That's what I heard. I don't know about that.
You're sick, man. I never would say something
I've heard it. Did you guys hear teen anal?
That is.
I don't know. I just hear that occasionally, just randomly, about every couple days.
But who knows? Maybe Frank Castillo could be the.
My asshole does not look like teen. My asshole looks like a 50-year-old man's asshole.
All right.
There's something beautiful about that, though.
I was very wise.
I'm picturing it right now, and it's smiling at me.
Can we get Anna in here for confirmation?
Babe, what does
what does my asshole look like?
She's next to me.
She's like, no, we're not going to.
Hey, babe. What age does my asshole look like?
Like we're bated breath right
now.
Here, she was definitely not 31.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, but older or younger? What does that mean?
Oh, absolutely older, she said.
Okay.
Oh,
okay.
wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I showed it to her today. She says it looks old.
I think all of ours do now because of the pandemic. They really aged our peoples.
Yeah, every time you eat Taco Bell, it takes off 3 years of
I'm in big trouble.
age on your asshole.
I'm in huge trouble.
I don't know about you guys, but I've gotten so chunky. I don't know.
Bad, dude. It's bad, dude.
It's
Every
really
time I
bad.
take a shit, it's like the Challenger explosion. It's just an O-ring that
Chris
fucking
McCullough
bursted.
So there's like
flies out of your butthole.
There's a traumatized elementary school student.
Yeah, just somewhere.
They're going.
Asshole.
Yeah, I killed a teacher.
It has not been the same without. We're gonna
memories,
move on
right?
to the segment with that.
Here we go.
Hey.
Cat's been in here this whole time. Hi.
Hey, kitty.
She wants out.
The cat's like, can you stop drinking so I can go home?
I'm getting a little bit of a buzz, Dave.
Yes.
Who should fuck off?
Oh, God. I like that you go to me first, so I'm not already sloshed, but let's just...
Why you got the first question?
I know. You're like, Dave's completely incoherent and crazy. Hold on here. Let's just... church key this one. We've kind of talked about this already. I just feel that anyone who believes Trump at this point, just like I don't understand his supporters. I have not met a intelligent person who supports Trump. Has anybody met an intelligent person, like a really smart person? Like, that guy's really smart. Well, I mean, what he says, I believe. Have any of you guys met an intelligent Trump supporter? Like,
I've met people that are rich that are like, yeah, I don't want to pay more in taxes. And then it's like, all right, well, if that's the whole thing you care about, then I get where you're coming from. But other than that, that's about it. Everyone I've already talked about that's trying to vote for Trump is always boils down to money and taxes and saving. And then it's like, all right, I get it. Yeah.
I work at a very like I work at a place where there's the most intelligent people on the whole planet. Like that's not a joke. It's not an over exaggeration. We have the smartest people.
Genius Bar?
Yes, that's what we work at. I'm a mech genius, but like it's just
the Geek Squad at Best Buy.
Yes.
I work at a coffee bean.
We were audiovisual specialists, and we put in LCD TVs on people's walls. But LED, LCD, anyways. But we
LSD
TVs. That's right.
Whoa!
It's very difficult.
It's coming out of the screen.
That's
Sorry.
the new revolution. It's 8K. But being around like intelligent people who believe in science and believe in scientific theory, and that stuff, theories have to have evidence for you to believe them. Like no one believes what Trump says, and I get it with like Frank, like, oh, this guy's gonna raise our taxes, and look at my 401k, I'm rich, I don't give a shit about what the fuck this guy says. He's not, I know he's insane, but you know what, look at me.
It's like it's like they look at the account and it's like $600,000. Yeah, I like this guy.
But anybody who actually believes what Trump says and follows him, those people can fuck off, man, because this guy is completely off the wall. He's incoherent. He's demented. He's crazy. So you like, there's no, that's who it is. So sorry. Go ahead, Mark.
My only thing with the rich people, though, is like they know that the planet's gonna burn if we don't do anything, right?
Well,
yeah, but if they're old enough, they don't care because they'll be dead.
I guess if they're old enough, but
and most rich people are older.
That is true.
Like super wealthy.
Oh,
they're usually older.
Yeah, but
because the rest of us got screwed.
Here's something else: is that like economists have said that Biden's plan is actually going to help the economy recover faster than Trump's plan. Also,
but billionaires have made a ton of money.
Yeah, billionaires.
Right? So the ultra wealthy are doing just fine. So why do they care about the rest of us? They wouldn't be ultra wealthy if they cared about the rest of us.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing is that like I don't feel that like bringing back the tax rates back to what it was when like Nixon was in office, or even part of Reagan years, I don't feel that's socialism. I don't feel that's communism. I just feel that's just restoring the tax rates to what they were back when this country was gave a shit about the middle class. Like we don't fucking care about the average Joe anymore. It's all about this economy, this make believe, like belief that our country, our GDP is going to be well if only these 100 people make more billions of dollars. Like they don't give a shit about everybody else below them. Like the 99%, we're all getting fucked in the ass here, while all these super rich people just continue to get more rich. It's fucking class warfare. It's getting nuts, man. And I don't like that. And I think Biden. It's funny with Kamala on his staff for VP. Like I feel like she's pushing him more to the left because fucking Biden's really moderate there. But now he's starting to swing over to the other side. I'm like, you know what? I like this guy. I like listening to him. I actually like. It's just good to have a president that you can fucking like understand and be like, yeah, he speaks to me. But I don't know.
I fuck with this guy.
Yeah.
He's not crazy.
Mm-hmm.
If I had a kid, I would be like, yeah, you can imitate Joe Biden. You can look at him like a and you can't say that about Trump.
No, it's inappropriate. No. Like, you don't want your kids to watch him because he says shit that's just, like, inappropriate for children. Like, that is not a president. Like, he is not qualified to be, like, a fucking HOA president. Like, why is he the president of our full fucking country? Like, the leader of the free world. Doesn't make any sense.
Christine, who should fuck off?
I'm just going to say Mitch McConnell, even though that's like a given, but it was the smugness. It was the, look what we did. Now everyone go because we're going to adjourn till the 9th, but we got what we wanted and you can't do anything about it. And I'm a turtle.
The biggest hypocrite in the whole entire fucking history of the world. Like,
he's just like, by a chin, okay? By a chin. Thank you.
He's got 4.
I hate him.
He's got 4 chins.
And then everything just kind of dribbles into each other, and he's just, I dislike him.
His hands, like in his face, like he had to have makeup on, but like I don't want to see him naked, but I want to know what is underneath his.
I don't know what's going on with
jellyfish.
It's all bruised. His hands are all bruised and fucking bleeding, and it's just like he is a zombie with like somebody put like a different face on a zombie. It's just like it's insane.
I actually disagree that he's the biggest hypocrite in the sense that like Marco Rubio might be the biggest hypocrite.
He's a big hypocrite. I agree.
Posts Bible verses and opines on topics.
And he used to be pretty moderate, just sort of a normal guy. Then when he found out that, oh, wait, this crazy conservative stuff works, that's when he started acting like all Bible-y and stuff.
Yeah, so he's full of shit. Whereas McConnell, like you watch his debate with McGrath, when she's saying like, hey, you fucked over all these people by not passing COVID relief, what does he do? He starts laughing. Because he's like, yeah, I'm an evil person. Fuck you. So,
he's like those henchmen in the Captain Planet cartoon that just polluted the environment for the sake of polluting the environment. Like
yes.
They didn't have any reason to do this. So they just like, we're gonna put nuclear waste into this pond, and then they're like, why? Like,
I don't know who said it, but it was a member of Congress, and he said, I have no idea what the hell McConnell's for, but I know what he's against, and that's anything that helps anyone.
Wow.
So anyway, Frank, who should fuck off?
Definitely Rudy Giuliani, because holy shit, did that bar out scene trip me the fuck out? You know? He was like, what's your number and address? It was like, yikes. Yeah. It was, that seemed a little too like, he's done that. He felt like he'd done that before. It was just weird. He could definitely fuck off.
Well, you see, like, you hear about Republicans doing this, that they're like, they court and they're sexual predators, but they're just like, you don't actually, it doesn't register in your brain until you actually fucking see him do it. And that's what that movie did, is it caught him in the act. And then he's like, I was trying to tuck in my shirt. And it's just like,
and what was really like crazy about that was he is so Crypt Keeper Gollum-esque, and he was like, yeah, this hot chick wants me. Of course she does. Here, let me lie back in a BJ stance. And let's see where things go.
That was BJ fucking
he was ready to go. Like I don't understand how anybody could watch that and be like, oh no, he was just tucking in his shirt. He was doing
if I walked in on my husband doing that with a girl, I'd be like,
done.
Okay, well, it's done, and I'll see you later.
Adios, amigo.
And I'll have half of nothing.
Yeah. Hey, Joe's got a good job.
He does. I'm the drain. I'm the drain.
There was no foreplay. He was like, come in, drink. Okay, now you're gonna suck my dick.
Yeah.
And it's just like so entitled and so assuming.
Oh, he's so ugly.
But like, that's the thing, is like, how many other times has this happened? Like, he's just assuming that this is what's gonna happen.
Exactly.
Like,
this means that there's women out there that have sucked Giuliani's dick.
God damn it, that's disgusting. Like, I can just picture it just being the worst dick in the world.
Why do you keep wanting to picture all of these guys naked?
Well, Mitch O'Connell.
What are you, a masochist? Like
Trump in the book. Like, this is it's the rule of threes. I had to bring this up, So
you really didn't though.
His commitment to comedy is impressive.
Yes. I'm the setup man. I got to make sure the rules are all set. So
I am gonna tell Brett Kavanaugh to fuck off. Fun fact: all of Trump's 3 nominees to the Supreme Court worked on Bush versus Gore. Kavanaugh worked on it. There's a video of him vociferously defending every vote being counted, including absentee ballots that arrived late. Part of the reason is the military votes absentee, so their fucking ballot should count.
The space
agree
station.
on that. People in space, who it's easier for them to vote than black people in Atlanta. But anyway, he can fuck off because he said that if there were late arriving ballots, that would instill this idea in the public that it was a sham election. And he also said that he actually had so many factual errors he had to revise his opinion. He also said that states announce their results on election night. States have never, in the history of our great republic, certified their results on election night. It's the media that projects it. They actually don't certify it until 4 weeks after election day.
How could we know that and a Supreme Court justice not?
Because he's fucking stupid. And you spoke to this before. Amy Coney Barrett's not really qualified. She's only been a judge for 3 years. She couldn't answer basic judicial questions.
Basic constitutional questions.
What's the fucking...
Neil Gorsuch, actually, although I disagree with him on almost everything.
Yeah, he has.
He was a lawyer for 15 years. He was on the U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals for 11 years. Like, why can't we nominate people like that? Why do we have to nominate the youngest, stupidest fucking people?
Because they're shills.
Exactly. So, Joe Biden, grab my idea, 10-year
Mark.
10-year term limits. Call me, retroactive, get rid of both Bush's nominees. Get rid of them. And this solves the problem. So with that is our show. Thank you so much, guys. I very much appreciated this. So good to see you two again.
Hey.
And good to see you as always.
Go vote, guys. That's the most important thing you can do.
Fuck,
I already did.
Forgot.
You forgot to fucking vote?
No, I didn't.
You almost got us. But seriously,
Yeah, of course I voted.
go vote. That's when people show up and vote, Democrats win. That's why Republicans have tried to restrict the vote.
I wrote in George Jetson.
There you go. That's gonna do it.
I wrote in George Benson.
But
No,
vote. I mean, not just vote, but vote blue. Like, if we want real change to happen, you gotta go. We have to win the House, the Senate, and the fucking presidency, and that's the only way anything's gonna be able to fucking change around here for the better.
And then the day after inauguration, we will protest Joe Biden if we have to.
Well, yeah, I mean, he'll listen to people if they protest, because that's what presidents are supposed to do. It's our First Amendment right to fucking protest.
Way to wrap it up, Dave.
There it is. Oh, God, my fucking brain is stuck.
Fun times, guys.
This show brought to you by beer. Have a good night, everybody.
Have a great night, everybody.